To reintroduce y'all. My bad,
Oh
y'all.
no, you
I had
good.
us muted. Thank you, Tip. Thank you, Tip. Nah, it's me. Yo, what is good, y'all? We are back for another episode of the Dot and Clutch Show, episode 4 with the My Team Madness superstars themselves, 2K Hunt Search, and the boy Shibuki, man. Welcome them to the show. What's good, fellas?
Hello, what's good? What's good, man? Appreciate you guys for having us, man. It's a pleasure. Hey, we on the big stage now. We with 5-6 games, so I appreciate the love, man. Thank you. I'm excited.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, shout out to my partner in crime, Clutch. What's good, man? How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling marvelous, bro.
I
We
know,
we
right?
in here with the My Team goats.
The
Going to get this show started, man. It's about
Yes,
to be a lit
sir.
show.
Yes, sir. I'm excited, man. Thank you, Tiff. Thank you, Tiff. Appreciate you letting me know I was muted. Sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Technical difficulties. We running a little behind, but we going to have some fun tonight, man. We're waiting on Verse to get in here and get joined up, but until the meantime, we going to introduce our brothers, man. Our Chicago brothers. We in the building. Big Shot Town is here, man, and Detroit. So it's a Midwest affair right now. You know what I'm saying? My Team Madness. Everybody we lit right now. You know what I'm saying? Shibuki don't got his gear on. I don't know what's going
Man,
on.
my Chicago boys came here a couple of weeks ago and raided my whole closet.
What?
Man.
Okay. They like, yo, I need that. They
Hunt and our best friends that we grew up with in Chicago, man. They came here, took the bucket, they took my tank top, my t-shirt, sweatshirt.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long you need that back?
Right, you need that back, bro.
That's
Like,
that official flag, man. But they're huge supporters of us, so I gotta let up, raid the closet, give them some love.
That's what's up.
man, you already know. Man, so before we dive into everything My Team Madness, man, I want to let because a lot of people don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, the people behind the My Team Madness scene, the people behind, because like just like me, man, you out here moving and you doing great things in the community for other people. A lot of times you don't get the recognition you deserve, and people don't really get to learn a lot about you. You more interviewing people, getting your players where they need to be, and then we don't really talk about you much, man. So we gonna start with Hunt, man. Talk to me, tell the people about how you got started, and what how all of this, where this big My Team Madness idea came from.
Well, hey, that's a good question, man. Well, I started in 2018 to be exact, back in February. I was involved with the Pro AM community first. That's where I started. Cool little story how I got started was I met somebody on Xbox. I used to play Xbox. I'm on PlayStation. I met somebody on Xbox that just happened to be in this community. He was like, hey, make a Twitter page, do this. His name was Smooth Lou. He's still in the community to this day. Some of you guys may know him.
Okay.
So I made a Twitter page, and I named it 2K Hunt Search. And after seeing how the community was navigating and moving, I didn't make 2K Hunt Search as what it is today. I just made it as, I'm a free agent. I'm one of them players that's trying to, get involved with games. But, as I started getting more involved, I, fell in love with, how the 2K community was. And I felt that, I wanted to be a helper, so I made 2K Hunt Search into a search page. And with 2K Hunt Search, I took that, that name, that brand. I started one of the most successful teams in SL2K.
Shout out to SL2K, shout out to Ryan.
Shout out to SL2K,
Yeah,
shout out to my guy Prophecy.
Yep.
Real good friends with him, real good guy. But yeah, I started to build the brand. From there, having a team branded just, off of the Hunt Search name. And from there, after about, 2 years, I didn't want to just be a search page. I wanted to be more. I wanted to get more involved. Now I'm 2 years in the game, right? And I'm kind of seeing how things are flowing. I'm getting the community's trust. So, I wanted to do more, but I didn't know what. And, our other owner here, Shibuki, he had the idea because we fell in love with the game mode Myteam. We me and Shabuki was tired of getting our butts kicked in pro am. So we switched modes, right?
Hard out there,
You
man.
sound like Clutch. You know what I'm saying?
Hard out there, man.
It's rough in these pro-am streets, man.
Once you get out there and play, man, you be like, man, let's see what else I can do, man.
Those guys are evil out there, man.
Evil. So, me and Shabuki would always have, a good 4 to 5 friends, but they would never be on when we needed them on. So me and Shabuki was like, we're going to go the independent route. We going to Myteam. Little did we know we would fall in love with Myteam like we did. And, Shabuki mentioned, he said, hey, man, have you ever thought about, starting, a Myteam league? And I said, I haven't, but, I'm interested. I like the game mode. I don't know. A year after that, I approached Shabuki and I said, hey, you remember that idea, that you came up with, as far as Myteam? He said, yeah. I was like, well, let's do it. I'm ready to roll on it. And it was the idea and the brain, Shabuki, behind the whole thing that really pushed me into doing this. And of course, with my previous connections and the trust that I had built up within the community, just off, supporting people, just always, being a reasonable and consistent guy. I've worked for, militia, I started there,
I didn't even know you worked for militia. What? I didn't know you worked for militia. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so that was probably like my biggest job in the pro-am community. I actually started with Big Brother Perp. Me and Big Brother Perp were over at militia.
Big Brother Perp, cool, yeah.
That's my homie, man.
I had created my own pro-am league called NBA2K, and it was the Big Brother Perp league. We ran for about, a tournament or two, but, militia had found out about us, and, me and C's the owner of militia right now. We kind of, we were on the same page at that time, so I took a position over there. I was the admin for the Xbox side, and Big Brother Perp, ran the PS4 side. So from there, dealing with a lot of competitive people, militia's, one of those, top leads out there that a lot of top teams like to play in. So I was able to earn trust and get kind of familiar with the community from there. So like I said, when Shabuki had, mentioned the idea a year later, I said, you know what, I think I got it. I got the experience now. I know what it takes to run a league. I know how it looks. I know what I need to do. So before I even got in this, I didn't just say, you know what, I'm going to throw a tournament or I'm going to start a league. I had the experience from helping Prophecy, SL2K build his lead up. So I had the experience on how to build something up, what type of support you needed. And then as far as managing and, running something on a more business level, I learned that from C's at militia. And from there, I was able, to give, Shabuki the confidence, like, hey, man, I'm ready to go. And from there, we started Myteam Madness.
Nice, man. Nice.
And and it's a blessing. I'll let Maze, that's my best friend. Just so you guys know, Shabuki is my best friend, y'all. We grew up in Chicago together, so I call him by his last name. But name you guys know about Shabuki, I'll let him talk a little bit more about, kind of how we started Myteam Madness. But that's kind of how it all started with this guy's big idea,
Shabuki, man, I didn't know you was the mastermind behind this, man. Preach, talk to me. Let me find out more about you.
No, I thought it was dope. Like Hunt was saying, we grew up together, and so we had moved away. He was in California, and I was here in Arizona at the time, and that's how we spend time together. Is through the video game. Every night we getting on. Then I seen this platform he created, 2K Hunt Search, and I'm like, you guys know Hunt, he's not the type to just like create stuff. This was surprising to me. I was like, dang. And then I was also thrown aback because I I was like, damn, bro, you didn't even ask me that. You didn't need my help or nothing. So I was so proud. Like, you were able to create a brand and a platform that people trust and can go to and count on to find competitive things, people to play with in the league. He was creating a sense of community. So for me, I just tried to sit back and say, how can I help, him accomplish his goals in this community and take this thing to the next level? Because for me, I love the community, but I don't nearly put as much work as Hunt, and I'm not as plugged in the community. People know of me because of Myteam Madness, but before then, no one knew who I was. And so I was just like, hey, I really think you can make some noise in this space. We enjoy it. You know what it's, you have the experience running a league. There's 1,000 Pro-Am leagues, not too many Myteam leagues, and we enjoy this space.
Not at all. Not at all.
And for us, it was never like a selfish thing. We wanted to see the best people go at it in Myteam. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to create a platform where it wasn't just the 250K. We didn't see where the best came together consistently. We didn't see that platform. So I was like, man, we can do this. You already know how to do it. You've already been in training. You just didn't know it. And then for me, I just went in the background and start putting the logistics together. And I throw ideas out at Hunt. I give him my suggestions, and he runs with it. And he's allowed to, he knows he can come to me and pick my brain, and we're very honest with each other. But our purpose, our heart is in the right place. We're not doing this to make a quick buck. We both got really good jobs, full-time jobs, family that care about us. So for this, it's just a way for us to kind of connect even more in our friendship, but at the same time, connect with men and women in this community, man. So it's been fun. We started with the interviews. Like, that was like our real first project in the 2K.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yep.
Interviews was lit.
Yeah,
dope.
It was so good. I was like, Hunt, man, all these people. You interview anybody, and they're like, let me interview you. We actually went out to California to go see Mike Swan.
That's
got
dope.
an interview with him the year before he made it to the league. Martin, that year he made it to the league. Versa, he got brought on, I believe, towards the end. Like, they had picked him up or something like that. But, like, just that whole project and putting that together, that's where we really started getting that flow and finding our niche. And then, the rest is history from there, man.
That's dope, man. And I wanna ask you. I'm gonna start my first question. I don't mean to cut you off, Clutch, but with you, Shabuki, because a lot of people don't know this about me. Like, I've been, even though I'm the leader of Fire Sticks Gaming, I've been a part of a lot of movements before where I wasn't the biggest person, or let's say the biggest name. How does it feel for you to know that maybe, even though, because that's your best friend, he gets more of the shine versus you, and maybe all of the input and all of the things that you do might not go, let's say the public might not find out, but Hunt knows how much you his boy and how much you put into this. Just like today, the show was about him, and he was like, nah, bro, I need to have my boy on with me. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was dope. You know what I'm saying? Playing more of a support role. Like, how does that make you feel, knowing that?
I'll tell you this, I don't want to be in Hunt's position, because that man is working. This dude be up 4 a.m., it's just the amount of work that he puts in. I tell him, hey, you know what to give me. Don't call me asking me for no stuff that's going to take away from, my other job. So I don't need to be this has always been about Hunt Search.
I love
he
it.
started this platform before I was even here. So I saw that, and I was just like, yo, how can I support that? How can I push you and provide support to propel you to the next level? And then he hasn't mentioned it yet, but his lady, it was them two running you know what I'm saying, 2K Hunt Search. So she was already supporting him. It was just a no-brainer for me to come in and support. And we've always had that humble, like, friendship, man. He makes it easy. Just like that example you gave me, you know, this show was about him. This had nothing to do with me. And I was excited to join. But this morning, he like, hey, I need you on there. And I said, hey, man, it's about you. But just him coming from that point of view, always involving me, you know, not that I feel like I need credit, but he goes out of his way to make sure people know what's up. So, like, I'm very appreciative. There's no ego involved.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, we're both founders, but in my mind, this is still his stuff.
Right.
I'm the support.
Right.
You know
that's dope.
And I'm A-okay with that.
Don't cry on us, Hunt. That's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, but I know the feeling, bro, because, you know, like me and my wife, like my wife is extremely active with me in Fire Sticks Gaming. Like, a lot of people don't know, she was in Dallas. I took her to New York to the 2K League when I went to go visit. Like, she's active. She watches streams with players. She's always, like, right here with me. So it's like, that's important, you know what I'm saying? And even with, like, me and Clutch relationship, me and Clutch been close since, like, maybe 2018, you know what I'm saying? And he's always supported me in the background, you know what I'm saying, on no matter what I was doing. So this podcast, this show was supposed to be about me. This was supposed to be my podcast, and I'm like, you know what, bro? No, you coming with me. Like, I need people to understand, like, it's SSWI Game Nation. But I need people to know who the owner is, who's behind the scene. A lot of people didn't know. It's so many people with SSWI in the back of their Twitter name. You really don't know who the main person is. So that's why I'm like, nah, bro, it's time to get you out the shadows. It's time to get you to the forefront. And if I got to drag you with me, I'm dragging you with me. You doing everything with me because you my brother. You know what I'm saying? Because he one of the only people who came to me in the community and was like, yo, bro, I don't know how you doing all of this by yourself. Like, man, you like, bro, you amazing. Like, how are you doing? How are you and your wife? How did you turn this into so? Like, bro, you huge. Like, how are you doing it? And I'm like, bro, long hours, hard work, everything, just grinding by myself. And he was the only one was like, man, if you need anything, bro, any help, any assistance, I'm here. I don't want no money from you. I don't want no fame from you. I just want to help you. I love what you're doing, and if there's anything I could do, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So that's a great, you know, segue in the Clutch, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. I know you wanted to say something to the boys too.
I was just saying about the hard work and dedication to create a platform like that. You know, like you said, with our organization, with Fire Sticks, it just takes a lot of time, and you stand up at 4 a.m., you know, just running those tournaments. I know how it is to run those tournaments, man. It's a headache, dealing with a lot of young people, you know, asking the same questions, asking silly questions, you know, that they can simply read, you know, things in that nature. But I know you guys have a big tournament this weekend, but I just want to get on the Myteam Madness. Like, how did you guys come up with that?
I'll let you take it.
Yeah, well, you know, it was a lot of conversations, excuse me, guys. It was a lot of conversations that were, you know, had before we started, you know, the whole thing. Me and Shibuki went back and forth, you know, on a lot of things. But, you know, one thing we both agreed on is that, you know, we were doing this, you know, out of the love. It wasn't really to make a profit. So we had that same mindset going into it. And when I put it out, you know, I made a logo on Canva because I was just so motivated and ready to go after the multiple conversations we had over a year. I made a logo on Canva and said, let's go. And I started the Twitter page from there. And at that point, Clutch, we already had the formats and the type of tournaments we wanted to run and how we wanted to run it. Like I said, just a lot of experience from the Pro-Am, you know, community. I kind of mimic their tournaments. Their tournament setting in a way, the 48-hour rounds, the 24-hour rounds, you know. I even implemented the tier payment. You know, so we do a lot of, you know, things like Pro AM. So when I put it out, Clutch, not only when I put it out, but I had made the necessary contacts, right? I had reached out to, you know, DBG, which is probably the biggest Myteam guy there is.
Mm-hmm.
I had reached out to Ty Debo right after he won the global championship, not knowing that he was going to play my team the next year. I just reached out to Ty Debo and I said, hey, congrats. That's dope that you won the, you know, the global, you know, championship. And for those who don't know what that is, that's a quick game mode. Ty Debo won that. And, you know, once I put Myteam Madness out, you know, I already had reached out to those guys before, so it made the conversation easier. Like, hey, this is what I'm trying to do, guys. I need your help. Knowing that they were really big in that community, you know, and knowing that Ty Debo was, you know, coming over to the Myteam community very aggressively. I mean, he's played Myteam before that, but he was coming very aggressively this time, which he succeeded. So when I told them, DBG made a YouTube video for Myteam Madness. You know, we got it. Like I said, we had a Canva logo, bro. It got over 40,000 views. It got over 40,000 views, his YouTube video that DBG made. Now, those are regular numbers for DBG, whoever doesn't know. And once he did that, it gave us so much exposure, so much attention. It's like, okay, now since you have this, since you have the people, since you have the community, the eyes on you, what are you going to do with it now? You know, are you going to...
COVID helped us out a lot, I think. Sorry to cut you off, Hunt.
No,
I think Hunt did. I've always pushed Hunt to say, man, you already spent time building a platform. Like, now it's time to cash in those chips. You can DM people and they're going to respond, right? Like, I can't DM.
Of course.
I couldn't DM anybody at that point. I'm like, boy. But everyone vouched for Hunt's search, you know? So I was like, you know, if we got to pay them to do a video, then we're going to have to pay them. But we need this exposure. And this dude spent so much time just DMing anybody who was somebody in the community to get them to endorse us. Combining that with COVID, and I believe it was after 250K, because we started, like, our first tournament was like in March-ish of 2020, I think. And we could tell the Myteam community was kind of dead because it was after 250K. That we had nothing to lose. We also was like, it ain't nobody out there doing it. We reached out to him. He was kind of doing something, but that wasn't his passion. He's like, I hate running tournaments. I'm a content guy. He endorsed us, and then, you know, once we proved we can actually run it the right way, and we wasn't out here scamming people and stuff like that, the rest is history. You know, as we're growing, this dude Hunt, once again, put together a great team, you know, from our commissioner Chris to Red to 2K Fitness. Like, we've cycled through guys on our team because it's tough to work with Hunt, man. He got certain expectations. He means business.
Yeah.
You gotta have those expectations.
So he got some tough guys, some guys that, you know, show up, that has a voice to the community. So, you know, everything has been strategic, but it's about just go. Put it out there, see what happens, adjust on the fly. Like, the worst thing that happens, I think Hunt rule was, we at least need 25 sign-ups to run the tournament. If we can't get 25, then something's wrong. And we just got the numbers, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's what's up. That's dope.
That's super dope, man. And I could tell, like, when you talk about passion, you can tell now how passionate Hunt is. I remember the first time I did the video, he had, like, specific things. Like, I could tell how, like, he, like, man, like, I need it this way. And I had to tell him, like, yo, trust me, this is what I do. Like, I'm excited to do this. Yeah, like, he wanted to do it himself damn near. I'm like, nah, man, I got you. Like, this is what I do. Like, all you got to do is kind of lay out the blueprint, and I promise you I'm going to handle the rest. I promise you I got it all mapped out like this, because, like, a lot of this stuff, man, it be in my head. Like, so when y'all give me an idea, it's in my head, and once I get it in my head, it's a wrap, bro. Like I'm going to kill it for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I want it to be great. Like, so one of the things that, we do, at Fire Sticks, we try to take your idea and take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So making sure that it's great is what I do. You know what I'm saying?
The best.
Hey, I appreciate it, bro. I try to be humble, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But I do this, man, because I want everything to be the best. I'll redo a whole project because one thing was wrong, and it's like, nah, man, we not putting that out. You know what I'm saying? Because I literally want this stuff to be the best, and I don't want, you know what I'm saying, other people to be able to say, oh, this ain't what it is or whatever. Nah, I want this. I got a standard of quality for everything that we do, for them, from the clothes to the hats to the everything. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the things that I connected with you on too, Hunt, because when I first started saying that, okay, I'm gonna no longer do the clothing for just myself. You know what I'm saying? The first person I reached out to was SSWI. Like, you know what? I don't care what y'all doing. We finna get a combo going, at least a t-shirt and a hat for y'all, just to get you going, just to support your community. You got a community. Let's get them right. And then I reached out to you, and you was like, yo, big bro, for real. And I'm like, nah, man. Like, you one of my guys. You one of my supporters. Like, and you got a big enough platform where it makes sense. So if I'm gonna bring my people in, and I'm gonna say, these are the people that I want you to, when you see me, these are the people that you gonna see towing right behind me, because these are my guys. I need you to look good as well. So that's why I got on my team hat. You got on yours. Clutch got on. Like, we gotta support each other, and that those little supports and people believing in you, because I come from Chicago like y'all, man, and it's like, we don't got a lot of people who believe in each other and believe in what the other person is doing, and it took people to believe in me. And like what the late Nipsey said, the greatest thing that you can do for another human being is to inspire. You know what I'm saying? And when you see other people that's doing things that are inspirational, and you see their community and you see what they can do, it's okay to help them. Like, it's okay. You know what? Let me help y'all out. Just like I've been so busy with stuff, I got to get y'all the rest of y'all stuff. So it's coming in the mail. I promise. So I wish I'd have had it for Shibuki, so I got to re up on him. So like I told him, I got a whole box sitting there waiting. It's boxed up now. I just put the tape on it yesterday, so I'm gonna try to get that out to y'all in the morning. But it's okay. Like, a lot of times people don't think, when they think when you up on top, right? Like with me, like, it's okay to help me. Like, even though you think I'm in a better position than you, or you think I'm high, that's not true. It's a mental game when it comes to success. It's a mental game when it comes to what you can do for your friends. And if you can look in your people and you see that the relationship is pure, it's okay to help them no matter what level they on, whether they the small guy or the big guy on the totem pole. And that's one of the things that made me want to reach out to y'all, because it was like, I want to get y'all right to help validate what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times in business, people don't understand that certain little things that you do, when you give people that extra push, that extra motivation, when you help validate what they doing, it goes a tremendous way. It goes a long way. You know what I'm saying?
That shit matters. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it helps us. You guys definitely help us out. I would say, 2K Hunt Search and I, we always say, where's our heart? Like, where's your purpose? You know what I'm saying? Why are you doing this?
Right.
If that is in the right place, everything else falls in place. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tend to gravitate towards good people that your heart is in a similar pace. So for us, we check ourselves at the door. Like, we take ego out of it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't care about what people think about us. And Myteam Madness. Like, we appreciate the praise. We offer the criticisms because they're going to make us better. But we also don't really care. We don't take it personal because we know where our hearts are. And we check ourselves before anyone else will check us. And we don't think we don't make mistakes. We know that we make mistakes, and we try to be innovative and improve every single time. And, we're blessed to have people, mentors in this game like yourself that can help us take it to the next level and put us in position to win and give us more exposure. And we're enjoying the process, man. It's little bit by little. I think every tournament we run, it gets better and better. We get more creative. We get, more sign-ups. There's a method to our madness, and I just think with our team, with our mentors, with this guy's Hunt Search platform, and his passion. I said, hey, if I'm more passionate than you are, that's an issue.
That's an issue.
None of us, Chris, Red, 2K, none of us can be more passionate about this than Hunt Search. And he makes sure he brings that every single time. So just, staying course and making sure our hearts are in the right place. That's where we get a lot of the success and opportunities from.
That's dope, man, and it's great. I got you, Clutch. One second. I think it's great because like having a partner and somebody to, throw stuff off of is important as well, and having somebody to, but being able to take those risks, right? Like I tell people all the time when I'm talking to kids or I'm talking to even my players, you got to be prepared to win, right? A lot of times we so prepared to lose, and that's something that's huge in the black community. We're so prepared to lose. We're so prepared for everything to go wrong that we're not prepared to win. That the negative outlook, it clogs our brains where we're not prepared to win. So when you look at me and you look at what I do, I'm always prepared to win. I've literally based everything that I do off being prepared to win, because you never know when you might get that big phone call from a sponsor or from somebody who wants to support or somebody who but if you're prepared to win, it's a phone call you ready to take. It's an opportunity you ready to take. Just like everybody like, oh man, you showed up to Dallas, the whole team dipped in FSG gold. That's because we prepared to win. We did the same thing in Miami when we was in Call of Duty winning 15,000. We did the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Like this is you got to be prepared to win, and I think that's something with y'all taking these risks in these tournaments that I look up to Hunt, because the tournaments always come out successful. Now you got NBA2K league players in there. You got Ty Debo. You got all of these big names who look forward to y'all tournaments, and then it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And then now you got all of these I know 2K League players. I seen even my boy Malik. He's addicted to my team now this year. Malik is all in with my team. He wasn't always like that. Like he man, I love this game mode. I can't wait to compete. I see him talk about doing little small wages and things just to get his practice up and prepare for y'all tournaments. And I know even my players, my team players prepared for y'all. They screaming, they doing everything to get ready for y'all tournaments, because it's the pinnacle of my team. If you play my team, you gotta go through a my team madness tournament, man, and that's exciting. And before we get to the next question, because I know Clutch got one, I just want to shout out some of the people in the chat, man. Hey, shout out to Florida, Mr. Florida 305 in the chat. Shout out to my boy Optima Footworks. Shout out SSWI Game Nation, of course. Shout out to Works. Shout out to Tiff. Shout out to Sean Anon. Appreciate you falling through. Honey is the GOAT. All eyes on Tiff in the building. I appreciate all of y'all for swinging by, man. It's going to be a great show. Prime Time Scott, appreciate you coming through, bro. It's going down. Chrome, appreciate you stopping through. Like, them my team players right there. So, appreciate everybody. Just wanted to get to some shout-outs. And Clutch, what you was going to say before I get to the next question?
Oh no, I was just saying, like you said, we all the same. We all want the same aspiration and dedication to these players, and we all about helping these players and getting to the next level. But I just want to get started on you guys' tournament that's coming up.
Okay, I was saying we got one more question before that, Clutch. Hey man, we gotta try to drag this thing out, man. Like you know what I'm saying? We got them here. They locked in. We ain't letting them go no time soon. Shout out to Christian, just got in here too, man. But what I wanted to ask y'all is, do y'all ever play? Like, so do y'all play the actual, like when y'all in the Myteam Madness, do you grind your Myteam Madness hunt? Are you grinding like your own type of build, or I mean your own players pulling cards? Are you still actively spending money and grinding my team as well? You go first.
Yeah, I have my team. I grind my team, man. I grind my team the mode very hard, very hard. I spend tons of money on it. I don't want to get into the numbers or anything, but if you play my team, you know it's a pretty expensive mode.
Yes.
So yes, I definitely play. As far as the tournaments, I try not to get involved. I did sign up for this one, so I'm gonna have to play that game on next gen. You know, I told myself, you know, and I guess kind of the staff agreed on it that, you know, just kind of try to get more involved, you know, within the tournaments and stuff. You know, I think my team players thinks it, you know, it's pretty cool when, you know, the owners and the admins, you know, are playing. So I do that out of fun. I don't do it a lot. Like I said, this is probably my first tournament playing out of all the tournaments we had since we started. This is my first tournament playing.
Okay.
But I'm just doing it for the love to try to get out there and, you know, interact. I mean, I interact a lot. And shout out to Malik as well. Malik, you know, is in the tournament. And I'm excited to see Malik play. I just want to say shout out to Malik. This is his first time taking a chance on us, so I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Shibuki, what about you? Are you actively grinding and whatnot in there, or you just being the owner?
No. I think I've played a few more times than Hunt. I still haven't won a round. I'll say that. It's definitely an expensive mode. I think more so Hunt and I like to play each other off. Like it gets our competitive juices flowing. Like before 2K Hunt Search and Shibuki Boy, like it was just we've been best friends since '08. So we always like we was on the same basketball team. We would compete there. We would go home. We'll go compete on a video game, and then we take it to the backyard and compete. So just how we get our competitive juices flowing. I do like playing the mode. I think a little bit. I play it a little bit more than Hunt Search, but that's because
he's so busy.
He has to focus more on
the business aspect.
Sure runs. Yeah. So I'm gonna get out there. I got a game versus RCA. The group, man. I'm over here, you know, mentally trying to prepare for that. Got to create new content off of this.
Yeah.
He's about to play me. So, but I enjoy, you know, getting out there. I'll play a lot of Unlimited.
Okay.
I'll get a chance to come across some people that are good, and I use that to invite them to the tournament. So when I come across some comp players that really kick my butt in Unlimited, I'll DM them and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You ever heard of Myteam Madness? You know, I try to encourage them. If I feel compelled, I'll sponsor them. But I would say we've gotten a few signups over since we've been established just from me finding people in Unlimited. So I do think it's a benefit to be actually playing the game mode. And we can understand, like, how to run our tournaments, what type of styles to do. Like, we've had salary cap, we've had mix and match, we've had like different ways to create your team. We only can come up with those things because we actually play the game. And
I love it.
Know we have like a gauge on like what people want. So I definitely think it's important to play it, but we're not comp. We will not be qualified.
He said we not comp. Like,
we will not be qualified for the 250K, I'll tell you that.
He said we not comp. Hey, Hunt, tell me about, he just brought up a good point with the, what made you, I know my boy Unique Mazik and others, what made you put out the salary cap one? Because that's my favorite one, right? Because a lot of people, what you say, it's a pay-to-play environment. So when you put that salary cap on it, it makes it a little better. So talk to me about that.
You know what? We were, when we first came out, we were obsessed with not running the same type of tournament. So,
Okay.
I mean, we ran about 4 or 5 different type of, variations of tournaments, right? And we needed something quick. Now, funny story how this happened. I had signups going for a regular tournament, right? And because we always switch how the tournaments were played, people were DMing us like, I don't think this is a good idea for business. Like, there was tons of people DMing, I don't think this is a good idea for business. Now, we don't just listen to everybody who DMs us, but we do listen to the community because they're the ones that are paying and playing in the tournament, right?
Yep.
So, a couple of those messages, started coming through, and who else? Shibuki, said, well, why don't we, mix some cards up, and, he came up with the, idea of salary cap. We had talked about it a little bit, but Shibuki had took a whiteboard out at the house and said, hey, these are the numbers, let me figure something. He did all the numbers and stuff with it. So we kind of always talked about it. I know Unique from Forbes, and shout out to him, he did an article on it. I know he kind of had talked about it as well a little bit on his timeline, that something like that would be cool as well. And then we had another guy as well that kind of had that type of idea, but it really wasn't the salary cap, you know. So with all of that, that was going on, and we had motivation even more to do something different when, Unique had made a tweet, and I forgot exactly what it said, but we did it, and Shibuki had came up with all the numbers. And we didn't know that it would be that big. We knew that it would be different, but we didn't know that it would be that big. I think we had about like 80 people on each console. That was probably one of our biggest tournaments ever. Right? And, Famous even commented on it. I mean, there was a lot of different attention. A lot of big 2K people, that followed us as far as, like marketing people for 2K. You name it. It was just going crazy. And me and Shibuki had, came up with that all within about, 2 days. Like I said, we talked about it, from time to time. Like, we need to do something different with cards. But we were pressured, and this is what we came up with. And, man, it hit, and it hit hard.
I love it, man. I love it. Go ahead, Clutch. What you got? It's your time, Clutch.
Yeah, he said it's my
we
time.
made it. We made it to the tournament topic.
Yeah, you said, man, that's huge. You guys had 80 people, 80 teams on each console. So, how many teams you guys have coming into this tournament?
Yeah, if you can say.
Yeah, if you can say.
Austin, probably loading still.
No, we can. Yeah, I think we can hear you. Did you heard the question, Hunt?
Yeah. No, I let you the question. Repeat that.
No, how many teams do we have on each side?
How many times you got coming for this tournament?
These are Hunt questions for sure, because I don't know what's going on.
If you could say how many people we got competing this weekend, man, since let's get into the big tournament that's coming up. How many people you got competing?
So the first round has started today. We decided to start the first round today.
Okay.
Which, there is a couple of people already playing, but we're running 4 tournaments, right? So we're running, current gen and next gen on PlayStation, current gen and next gen on Xbox.
Awesome.
We got 4. Yeah, so it's a lot of work, for a weekend tournament, but it's worth it. We got 45 people that have signed up for PlayStation 5. I think we got 25 plus for PlayStation current gen. I believe we're at 18 signups for current Xbox, and we're at 25 plus for Xbox next gen.
Awesome.
So it pretty good turnout for a weekend tournament. I'll tell you this: anybody who plays Myteam or wants to compete in the 250K tournament, is planning on competing in the 250K tournament. They're in this tournament. They're in this weekend tournament.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
97, 98%, you know, all but maybe 2 people last year on both consoles from Xbox and PlayStation qualified to play in the 250K tournament. We had a guy who wins all of our tournaments by the name of Ty Debo, who won the 250K tournament.
Well, let's talk about that, right? Because I got it down to talk about that a little later. But how does it feel for you and Shibuki? Hunt, you go first. How does it feel to have like these huge names and these big time streamers in your tournament? Because I think one of the things that people miss out on, right, when you're doing these events is the optics, because some of these people got thousands of people in their stream and they're huge, and it's like, and they're running in your event. Like, how does it feel? What does it mean to you to have these big name streamers and these guys like Ty Debo, and how does it feel to have them in your tournament actually competing?
It's a blessing, man. I'm humbled, you know, that, you know, they would take the chance, you know, on Myteam Madness. It's, you know, it's an honor. It's an experience, man, because like you said, these aren't just, you know, regular cats. These are guys that are, you know, coming with 600 plus streamers, 1,000, you know, plus streamers, you know, and their Twitch channels. These guys have big audiences, you know. They already have their market behind them. So it's like, you know, when they're streaming and people are in the chat, like, what tournament is this? It's just more promotion for us when they say Myteam Madness. And it's a blessing, man. I can't say any more than that. I'm humbled and I'm grateful to have those guys playing. I think they make Myteam Madness what Myteam Madness is. Which is a competitive platform for my team. And, you know, we wouldn't be in this position without them. So I'm blessed, you know, just for that, you know, because those guys took a chance on us, and, you know, they're giving free promotion. You know, they probably don't even know they're doing it, or it doesn't feel like they're doing it, but of course, when they're streaming and stuff, they're giving us, you know, free promotion, and other people are finding out about us through their stream. So it's humbling, man, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, for me, I've always approached this as a business. Like, I get it, it's a passion, but our mission, like our vision when we came into this, I said, why would we be doing this? We want to create a platform that's the most competitive, the most innovative, and the most well-run tournaments. Period. Everything that we do aligns with that. So I just think because we focus on those 3 things, people, we have a platform where the top feel like they can come. If they're going to spend their time competing in a tournament and they have to pick and choose, you know, it's a no-brainer, and we're honored, we're blessed, but we listen to them. We take their input. We go out of our way to also make sure that we're adding value to them, because just like they're bringing a lot of views to us, we've noticed that when they play in our tournaments, that's when they get a lot of their views outside of 250K. Like, you know, when we first started, we're watching Isaac and Ty Debo go back and forth, thousands in their streams. These guys were never getting, like, unless it was 250K, they weren't hitting these numbers yet. So it was just amazing to see, like, man, this platform, and everybody want to see the best compete. Like, we're not trying to wait to 250K with the wagers. You can kind of pick and choose who you want to play. In Myteam Madness, you ain't running from nobody. You don't know who you're going to match up with. We're very strategic in how we make our brackets. It's very controversial. And I think, too, we did the selection show.
Yes.
To get people in there talking about it. Like, everything's been strategic to create that innovative, most well-run, competitive tournament, and people want to be involved, man. What Five Sticks Gaming is doing in the community, people like, man, I want to be dripped down like that too. Like I want to be able to go to this tournament. I want
go.
Video.
Right.
It's value. We're adding value. It's a no-brainer. So
yeah.
If we're not adding value as a tournament, and we're not attracted to these big guys where they feel like they can come in and be competitive and they're getting something out of it, then we definitely fail in our job. So we're very humbled, and we don't take it for granted. Every time they sign up, each tournament, we're like, man, again, they sign up. Like Ty Debo be the first person to sign up for stuff, man. You would think this guy didn't win as much as he won by how involved he is. So we're very appreciative, but we don't take it for granted, and we, definitely listen to them and make sure we're giving them value.
That's what's up, man. I feel like they have to, even before and after, they have to enter Myteam Madness, because that's the basically prep you, and then afterwards, get you prepared for the next one. So I feel like Myteam Madness is the way to go all year round,
Yeah, so it's a lot of value that's given, but like Shibuki said, man, we're very, grateful on both sides, with the help, that's, given on both sides. Without them, we can't do it, and without us, they wouldn't be able to grow, their audience as much as they're growing it. So very appreciative of that for sure.
Absolutely, man. That's something, and I'm happy he said that, man, because I think like y'all being humble and saying, man, we appreciate every sign up. It's the same for me on like, let's say, graphic work or mixtape work for the community, man. Like I'm appreciative of every customer, man. Like I got times where, because I'm a perfectionist and I don't want things to be a cookie cutter or whatever, I'll sit there for a whole day and brainstorm an idea on a video just because I want your video to stand out. You took the time. You could have went anywhere else and spent your money, but you decided to spend your money with me, man. So y'all having that mindset of every customer is valuable. That's the same way I feel. That's the same approach that I have, and I think that's gonna get you guys far, man. And I want to talk about, we talk about the good. I want to talk about some of the things that y'all did that I really liked when it was bad, right? So remember when we had the issues with Zen, and y'all were the first to put out, that message like, hey man, like, we're gonna try our best to police this, but we can't ban someone, or we can't prevent someone in playing in our tournament because they did X, Y, and Z on this platform. They have yet to do it here, and talk to me a little bit about when we went through the Zen issue and how that affected y'all.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was big, and I was gonna kind of piggyback, off to something that you said before, Fire Sticks, which is kind of related to this. That whole Zen era and stuff was huge. Now, as involved we are in the community, and we can talk to these guys, it can bite you in the butt too. It can bite you in the ass, because now we get into these type of situations and people think you're, they're friends, right? You're no longer a business now. Like, what happened to our cool relationship?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So now it gets personal, right? And I kind of had to, separate myself a little bit. I have relationships with all of my guys, but when stuff like this happens, certain people expect certain things, certain treatment, right?
You gotta put your foot down.
So what we did, as a team said, hey, we can't disqualify somebody that we don't have 100% evidence. If you have evidence, go ahead and send it to us. We'll go ahead and review it with the team, and then we'll make a decision from there, right? So, during that time, and I'm pretty sure there was a couple of people that we caught, there was a few that we had to ban.
Yep.
Because of that situation. I got a lot of advice from Famous, a guy who I reach out to a lot when I have problems.
We just had him on the show.
Just had him. Shout out to Famous. That's one of my. I consider him one of the big bros, one of my mentors. Like I consider you. I had Ev. It was me, Ev, and Famous in a group chat with C's from Militia, and I understand they're going through this stuff within at the same time too in their tournament. So I know they're the top lead, so I'm trying to figure out how are you guys handling it, to make sure that I'm handling it correctly. Because like Shibuki said earlier, we're not perfect. We know we're going to make mistakes. You know what I mean? We know that we do make mistakes. How can we, minimize this, as much as possible? So after the advice, that I got from the big bros, on the community, Famous again, Ev, and C's, I went back to the team and I echoed that to, Shibuki, shout out to our commissioner, Chris, our admin, Red, and another admin, 2K Fitness. And I said, hey, this is what we need to do. What do you guys think about it? And, we went from there. We added our own little twist, to it, and we handled it from there. But, a lot of guys, there's people that don't play in my tournaments from that anymore, from that incident. There's people that have, started, leads because they can't, follow a rule or two, and they, go up and, do their own thing. I've lost people, from that incident. It was a big error, and I knew I was gonna, lose some people, but I knew I was doing the right thing, and awesome. I made sure that I was doing the right thing. I did the proper research. I reached out to some of the best people that run events in the community, and I got the word from my team.
Awesome. Have you guys ever thought about reaching out to the people who run the 250K to say, hey, we kind of have the league that gets everyone prepared for this? Because I'm pretty sure, like you said, it's at least over 95% of the people who play in the 250 tournament play in your events. So it's like you basically create the community that battles for that event every time. Have you guys reached out to them to try to network and connect and let them know how important you are?
You know what? As far as reaching out, I have not reached out. To be transparent, I really didn't know where to start, or I still to this day don't know where to go. I just can't, DM the, NBA2K Myteam page, there's tweets and stuff that they put out, who should be a Myteam influencer, or who should be this, or who should be that, that's stuff that we can comment on, but I try to stay away from that.
Okay.
I just, it's just not me. I don't want to get that type of recognition. I more want to, work, for them or work with them on how they could, do better tournaments or certain things they can do in the game mode. But I've never got that chance. There has been, a gentleman that's followed us that was the global director for my team, at the time. And, he DM'd us and, I kept his contact and stuff like that. I'm not sure if he's still the global director, but, he said he liked what, we were doing. And, that was pretty much it. It wasn't really too much talk, about what I could do for them or what they could do for me.
Okay.
So I just try to keep pushing. I still feel like I haven't did enough.
Right.
I guess
Yeah.
Because they haven't approached me. And it's not like, oh, I'm waiting for you guys to approach me. I'm not. If I had a contact to get in contact with you, I would get in contact. I would make the effort to get in contact, with you. But I still feel like there's, maybe there's some more that, we have to do. I've never gotten a retweet from NBA2K Myteam or a like
Okay,
And
yeah.
I tagged them in everything. I'm confident to say that they probably know who we are.
Okay.
And I'm very interested to find out what they think, about us. But at the same time, I'm doing this for the love. I definitely want to get involved in the NBA 2K, professional, job, atmosphere. But, maybe it's not my time yet. I still have stuff that I want to do in the community too, Fire Sticks, that I haven't done yet. So I guess, once all of that stuff is, fulfilled, because I got some stuff that I want to do for sure, man.
I'm the same way, so don't worry. Like I don't it's more of a pride thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you prideful, you know what I'm saying? So you kinda want your hard work to be recognized versus you know what I'm saying, kinda forcing the issue. But one thing I learned in business and I learned in life is, you get what you negotiate, and a closed mouth don't get fed. I learned, if you learn anything from me, I network my butt off. Like, so even though you might think people recognize what you do, it's people out here who still don't recognize everything that I've done for the community, or don't recognize. I see people with stature in certain aspects say, oh well, he just a pro-am guy, or he just like, wow, like you don't know nothing about us. If you think we just pro-am, I'm playing. But it's like, we got music division, we got a clothing division, we got, Apex, 2K, Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to open back up the Fortnite. Me and him working. Me and Clutch working on the right now. He got the Fortnite Juniors. I'm trying to expand that. So it's just things that people don't even understand that you do. I assist with marketing. I build websites. I do so much behind the scenes that if you don't tap in and understand like who I am, and what I stand for, you don't really get the gist of everything. Shout out to Optima that's in the building. We working on something that's super dope that's gonna drop probably next week. I'm hoping that it drop like next weekend. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody that I touch, if we have a good relationship or a good working relationship, I'm gonna do my best to try to help you eat or bring business your way, or things of that nature. So stay humble, stay locked, and that approach is not a bad approach. So don't worry, it's just a pride thing, and I love that.
I love it.
And like I said, what's meant, to be, will be for me, and I definitely want to work with, NBA 2K, Myteam, in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe there's more work or something that I need to do. Maybe that's why it hasn't, come to me. But whatever, opportunity that comes my way or that I see, if there's anything related to NBA 2K, Myteam, you better believe Hunt's gonna be the first guy, that'll apply or try to get that gig for sure.
Now, let me ask. Go ahead, Clutch. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I had a question for you guys. I know you guys is doing super well, and this probably far in the future. But have you guys thought about? This is a question for both of you guys. Have you guys thought about doing a LAN event, maybe for like the final four or something like that?
Have you ever thought about doing a LAN event? Have you thought about doing a LAN event, like a live in-person event?
Like maybe for Final
Four. Before I answer that, there's been like 2 or 3 times, guys, that's happened, and I probably went into something. Y'all like, he ain't even listening to the question. It's because I couldn't hear it. I want you guys to think like, man, this guy's a horrible interviewer. But no, great question, Clutch. Great question. Yes, we have. We've talked about it. That's one of the next big things that we want to do for my team. We know it's a lot of work behind it.
It's a lot of work.
We know it's being done on the pro-am side as well, but we got a lot of work to do. But I think we have a good plan, and we have the team. I think we have the resources, to pull it off. But stuff like that definitely takes time. Takes sponsors and stuff like that. But it's definitely something that we've had a conversation about this past year, and it's something we really, really, really want to do for the Myteam community. We think it'll be huge.
Yeah, let us know. Man, Fire Sticks here.
We're gonna need y'all.
Yeah, like we here, like we would love to help you with that, like, cause that'd be something, you know what I'm saying, that the community would need. It to be fresh, it to be new, you know what I'm saying, and we both got experience with it, so that's something that we can, kind of triangle offense and put it together.
We definitely used I think, you guys would be one of the first people we call, because that's one thing we're not shy about, is using our resources, and we're not recreating the wheel. Like, what we do has been done before, and Hunt has done it in the pro-am side. So we saw Dallas, we saw him operated. That got our wheels turning. So right now we're building the brand, doing the things we need to do so that, once that time comes, once that opportunity comes, I have the utmost faith that we have the people we can reach out to, because we're going to be like, yo, 5, 6 games in here, we need the sauce. Because we'll never do it before. We just have this brand, we know our community, but the logistical side of things, we'll definitely have to have that team help us. But everything that Pro-Am gets and how it brings, we're trying to bring that to Myteam.
I think that'll be dope.
Yeah. So, man, definitely, man, we're gonna need y'all help. I'm glad y'all offered.
Yeah, I don't know if you familiar with this.
That's a great question, man, because that's something we really want to do, and I want to do. I can't wait till that happens. But like Shibuki was saying, everything that's going on in the Pro-Am community, I want to bring that to the Myteam community. I want the Myteam community to have that. And, at this time, the Myteam community even has a page they can tweet now and retweet like Pro-Am does. Walk On Warriors and, 2K Crew Finder and Fire Six Gaming's page. Mm-hmm. Myteam has a place now where they can tweet and look for stuff. You can always tag NBA2K Myteam, but are they really going to retweet your stuff? Because they have such a big audience. So, we're just trying to replicate a lot of the stuff that they do in the Pro-Am community. And again, with our own little twist, our own little flavor, add some new stuff in there as well.
Yeah, I love it, man. And Clutch hit on it perfectly. I wanted to know what plans do you guys have for Myteam Madness in the future? So now we know it's LAN events, but is there anything innovative that y'all working on? Maybe like a new special tournament or anything that we can look forward to before the prep starts? And because I really like the whole idea of you guys creating the Myteam Rising events, because that's even dope, right? Because when you have such dominant players in let's say the Myteam Madness is the pro level for my team. Mute your mic for me, Hunt, because I think I'm getting feedback. When you have the Myteam Madness, that's like the pro level for my team before you get to the big 250 event. I thought it was a wonderful idea that you guys came up with the Myteam Rising for the guys who wanted to have a lesser buy-in and they know they're not gonna kind of really run into a Ty Debo or a Splash, or you see what I'm saying, the top names that's really gonna beat up on them. It's kind of like more of a starter level, more entry, and I love that whole idea. So if you could briefly talk about where the concept of the Myteam Rising came up and all of that. How did that happen?
Yeah, to be perfectly honest, it came from WR Select. Okay. When I say I try to replicate a lot of stuff and then add my own twist, I really try to do that. It came from WR Select or WR Rising.
Rising Stars.
Yeah. Right, exactly. And, I kind of got that idea from there. I said, you know what? Our tournaments are getting sweaty. Like, people are paying $25 and getting knocked out in the first round and not seeing no money, not even being able to play 2 games.
Yeah.
So I said, how about I talked to Shwig, how about I implement something like Myteam Rising, where I can guarantee people a lower entry rate and more casual competition. You're not going to have, because Ty Debo's won all of our tournaments, but maybe like 2 or 3.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Ty Debo has
Xbox and PlayStation.
Wow.
Yeah, he might have man, we might have to start restricting him. Enter in on all of them, like give me all 4 secrets.
He tried to do that this time. He tried to play. We got 4 tournaments going on. You have a time frame. Ty Debo tried to play 4 tournaments within 3 hours.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm a champ. I can't, but that's how hungry he is. But yeah, back to the Myteam Rising, I thought that, because people were, again, listening to the community, people were complaining like, man, Ty Debo's always winning, or I can't get past the first round, or I'm thinking about not signing up now or playing in the tournaments anymore because this is just getting out of hand. So instead of losing those people, I came up with Myteam Rising, that would give them that same competition, but just on a casual level, because there's levels to this. We all know, there's casual competition, and there's that comp, and then there's that sweat. Like, they like to call it in my team, there's that sweatiness where it's just, you can't even get the ball up the court on these guys. And, that we came up with Myteam Rising, and the rest is history as far as, what we have planned in the future and, new ideas. Yeah, we have a lot going on right after this tournament, and we did this last year, and shout out to Fire Six Gaming. We did the first MTM prep tournament. So this tournament was to prep you for the 250K. Mm-hmm. Now, the way we market and advertise our players, no one's doing that. Right?
Yeah.
No one's putting these guys, and my team's different, right? So it's more of the player and not the team. In my team, people care about the players you're using, obviously, but they care who's using it.
Who's using it?
Right. If I'm using Ty Debo's team, they can, give, 2. I don't use Ty Debo's team, but if Ty Debo's using, my team, they always Ty Debo is, you know what I mean? So, we got a lot of different stuff going on. The prep was made to prep them for the 250K tournament, which turned out good. Like I said, everybody but maybe 2 or 3 people went through a Myteam Madness tournament. We had Myteam Madness EU, but it got too much. So I had to slow down on that.
Yeah.
We did run a couple of Myteam Madness EU tournaments.
That time zone had to be, that 8-hour difference had to be hard for y'all to kind of monitor and run everything.
It was hard, and we had the top, EU people, and they're pulling 1,000 plus a string, but we just couldn't be there for them like we wanted to. But that's in the works too. That's going to come back.
Okay.
Speaking of MTM prep, the qualifier windows are coming up for my team, right? So we're coming out with our first prep tournament. Right after this tournament ends, we'll have signups going again for our prep tournament that's going to prep them for this first qualifier window. And for people who don't know what the qualifier window is or what that is for my team, you have to get to a certain level, right? You have to win a certain amount of games. You have to get to the Emerald tier to qualify to play in the qualifier window. So once you do qualify for that qualifier window, guess what you got to do, guys? You got to win out. You can't lose a game. If you want to qualify, you can't lose a game at all.
And you got to be like top 4, right?
You have to be top 4 that week. So my team guys are literally sweating. Can you imagine? What is it? I believe it's a 4-hour window.
Yeah, 4-hour window.
trying to make people rage quit, you know, because that's how you get the high score, you know what I mean? And these guys are one loss and you're out of there. You got to prep for next qualifier, week one loss, you know? So the object of that is to, you know, last as long as you can. And hey, I'll tell you this, Fire Sticks, I got people that are winning out and not losing, and they still not qualifying. You know, so it's
that's
really
crazy.
The, you know, best of the best. You know, there is some, you know, trickery that goes on into it, but at the end of the day, the best of the best are in there. I can say the best of the best were in there at the last tournament that the 250K had. So we're prepping them for that. We're prepping them for that right now. We're prepping them for that when the MTM prep comes after this tournament ends, which is going to be October the 2nd. Shout out to Jack from Eyeball Empire, who does all of my graphics.
Okay.
Shout out to Jack. Without him, Myteam Madness wouldn't be possible. He does so much for us. So
now let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all this, right? When it came down to the finals, and it was like a pro-am guy versus the Myteam guy. If I'm not mistaken, Hunt, you were big on people like, hey man, I know y'all love Splash, but I don't think he ready. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he understands like that. Like you kind of like still the new guy. Like talk to me a little bit more about that. Like I know you were big.
He did get a game in. He did get a game in.
I mean, he got a game in. Yeah, he got a game in. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but he was big on like, hey man, that's what Ty do. Like, so talk to me about that because it was big that Splash had made it to the finals. It was like a pro-am guy broke through the cracks and like, you know, kind of took y'all mold and broke into that mold. But it was like the people who were like true to my team were like, I'm taking all bets on this guy. And you know, talk to me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, you know, I can say with confidence is, you know, I got the confidence, you know, and I was really, you know, I'm surprised you remember, I was really one of the only ones really that was, you know, telling people like it's not as sweet as you really think it is. It just comes from running the tourneys. You know what? Because the way I set my tournaments up, right? Who wouldn't want to see a Splash and Ty Debo in the Myteam Madness final? So if those two people are in the tournament, you know, I'm most likely putting them on opposite sides of the bracket so I can have a couple of what if dream games. And they actually got to a point where they played in the Myteam Madness finals before the 250K.
Correct.
So we've seen it before. So, you know, what I seen in that game, I just knew that, you know, Ty Debo still had it because Ty Debo was just, he's a defensive player. And last year, the way that the game worked was perfect for him. It was his style, you know. And let me tell you this, Splash, I believe he is as good as a pro-am player as he is as a Myteam player.
Nice.
You know, before, you know, this 250K, Splash would have made, I think he was like the number 1 seed before this, and he had some internet connections. He finally got, you know, some good internet, and he was able to make it to the championship. But, you know, I think it's you know, a toss-up. Either one of them can win.
Nice.
You know, and you guys can see how the momentum can change in a game so quick. But I just know one thing that Ty Debo does, and I can say that not many people do at all. Not many people, not even in the pro-am community, is play the whole game through. If Ty Debo loses a game, he does not let that get to him. He's on to the next rate of lead. People get frustrated. I got some really good players. I got some people that can beat Ty Debo. Can you believe that? But their mental's not right. Their mental's not right. Okay. Ty Debo's mental is the strongest in the Myteam community and maybe the strongest in the whole 2K community. Nice. He's lost. He's lost
to keep winning. Yeah, to keep winning is it takes that type of locked in mindset that Michael Jordan 6 rings. You know, it takes that type of mindset. So I understand
you put
that.
yourself out there too.
Yeah.
Like so, Ty Debo don't run from no. What Hunt and I talk about all the time, like you'll have guys. He signs up for every system on every side. It's not just our tournaments. He does every from small tournament to big tournament, wagers. Gin. He played Gin so much.
Gin Sanity.
Gin Sanity. And when he loses, he goes back and learns from that. Like he's trying to play Splash early this year so he can get those L's out of the way. And that's why I think he responds well to losses, adversity. He's always good for a comeback. You better be playing into that last buzzer. So I just think no one prepares like Ty Debo. Like I said, any one of them can win. But Splash, I think it's a little bit more challenging for him because he also is great at pro-am. So he's not like Ty Debo is just playing Myteam.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So Splash's greatness is like he can switch back and forth and be the top dog at everything.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think a lot of people say, man, we want to see Ty Debo go to that pro-am world because Hunt and I say this, he'll be the best lockdown defender out there. I think Ty Debo would be the best lock when it comes to pro-am, but Splash's ability to be able to switch back and forth, he'll go play a pro-am game and then come do a Myteam. It's a different element. It's hard to turn that switch on and off, but it'll be interesting this year. I think the offense is a little bit more fluid. I think the meta right now, offensively, I think Splash is going to be able to kind of dominate and be more consistent offensively. But at the end of the day, Ty Debo right now is in the background labbing. Like, he's getting better, and he's not going to stop. He's obsessed with, being better. And even though he's the best at my team, he still knows he has stuff to work on, which he's working on. So, how can you beat that type of person?
What'd you have, man?
To piggyback off Shibuki real quick, as far as, we think Ty Debo can be a great defender or probably one of the best, if not the best, lockdown defenders, and shout out to Crush, obviously, but, can be one of the best lockdown defenders, if not the best in the league. I'll tell you this to prove it more. After he won the 250K tournament, you know how many teams were in my DM saying, do you have access to Ty Debo? We'll pay pro-am teams. You talking about big teams that win money. Yeah. In my DMs asking, do you have access to Ty Debo? He doesn't have to worry about any fees. We'll pay his way.
Yeah, I was about to ask you the same thing. Like, if he a good lockdown, then we gonna have to talk offline. I'm down with making offers. Like,
they're looking like the way he controls 5 players and is able to move and maneuver. All you need to do is with one player, Ty. You know what I mean? So they're thinking like, man, if he can control 5 players. And man, because Ty Debo plays he plays some off ball, but he gets up in you and traps you and gets you into weird position. He just understands the game. Okay, he understands the game. We talking about someone who won the global championship for quick game too. He gotta be a nerd, right? He gotta be some type of gamer to win that too. Right. So it's not just because he has these cards in my team. He can play the game. He played it and won at a high level with regular teams.
Got you. And that's what I struggle with my team. I absolutely love the mode, but I'm so used to being locked in on one person. The aspect of going back and forth and making sure that I'm switching and all of that, I get caught up in, and I'm still thinking I'm the one player. It's a mental. It's a, like you said, like Shibuki said, for Splash to be able to flip from one side from pro-am where you one play survive, that's an even different type of level. That's a different, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I struggle with. I can shoot, I can defend, I'm nice, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to that switching and getting back and forth to the what's the name, that's what I struggle with. So that's how it's a skill gap, you know what I'm saying? So
we learned, Hunt and I, we always joke about this. Every time we play Myteam, when we go back to Pro-Am, we're so much better players because we're used to controlling 5. So Splash, his IQ so crazy. He knows how his team needs to rotate on defense. Offensively, he knows when a guy's rotating. He sees stuff before they see it happening because he's used to controlling all 5.
Yes.
Not saying one mode is harder than the other, but I think just if you can take that traditional, that thinking of like having to control all 5 players, being able to now know on Pro-Am what all your players are going to be doing when you're only controlling one and coaching them through that, man, I think that's powerful. Ty's defense, though, is like that Wizards. I watched the finals this year.
Awesome.
Pro-Am.
Okay, yes, bro.
Yeah, they was locking down.
I said, man, I ain't never see 5 guys. Like, if I take one step left, he gonna take one step left. I'm like, it's
the rotation.
It's all 5 of these guys.
Tough.
That's how Ty plays with all 5. Like, he's rotating on defense like that. It's really beautiful to watch, man. It's poetry in motion. I can watch Ty play all day, but then Splash offensively, how he makes them all move, like it that's why we love putting on this Myteam Madness stuff because we're the numbers for it. Like, we put up the streams. You know, I go over to Hunt's house, he come over to my crib, and we got all the streams up, and we playing at the same time.
That shit lit.
Yeah, man. And then for y'all, it's got to be difficult because y'all got to have, like I sit here as a person, I got every console but the PS5 right now. Y'all got to kind of have every console. You know what I'm saying? So it's a costly thing to even run this thing just to be able to monitor it, play it on every level, and that's something to shout out to y'all. Like I understand the whole financial aspect of it too. I think a lot of people miss out on it. You know, you gotta have both consoles and be able to watch what's going on and monitor people, and then you know the money aspect. A lot of people shy away from my team because like I was just watching an interview with Fana and people were asking him like, man, why you don't play my team? And it's like he would love to play the mode, but it's like, you know, you either gonna buy a whole bunch of cards, or you gonna grind for those cards. And I seen Splash before Pro-Am, man. I'm in the lab. I'm on my 3,000 game or whatever, trying to get to this card, and it's like, man, like, you know. So I shout out to y'all, man, for even putting in that effort and that work, man, because I understand how much of a grind it is. It's not like you just grind into a 99. You got to actually come out of money, or if you're not finna come out of money, you got to be ready for these cards when they come out to grind for those cards. You got to do all the prep work. Like with my team, you got to do prep work to grind for a player. Well, you got to have this done prior to being able to qualify for this player. Like Hunt was saying, you got to make Emerald and then this and that, and it's like, man, that's where I get lost in the sauce. Like, bro, this is a real grind, man. So for y'all to provide a platform for those kids to get that release and get that that recognition, I think that's dope. I think one of the things that if I was, you know, this is big homie talking, you know, that I would implement if I was you guys, you know, is like maybe like a top 50 leaderboard or like a top 25 leaderboard that constantly gets updated. I know it's plenty of content creators or people that might be able to help you get on board with that if y'all too busy. I know it's people that'll be willing to volunteer maybe some time and effort to help you put that together. But if I learned anything about sales, you know, in my time in corporate America, I had a lot of it. I was always the top guy. I was always like, for me to assimilate myself or assert myself into this gaming community was extremely easy for me. Well, with others, it was hard, but I understand marketing, I understand sales, and if one thing I know how to do is sell myself, and I understand how people like to see their name in lights. people like to see their name attached to something, and I think that would be a more that would be something that if you guys added that to the table, people would love to see their name on some type of leaderboard. Love to see their name as I'm a rising star. I'm coming up in this level. I'm number 98 right now, but I promise you after this season I'm gonna be top 30 or I'm gonna be top 40. That might be something that y'all might want to look into, just to kind of help build that camaraderie, help build that competitiveness, and kind of give people who, like you said, the guys who take their $25 and they don't win something, but guess what? He made it to the second round of all three of or our last four events. He's top 50 now because he made it to a fourth round on this one. He didn't, he made it on the first round, got kicked out the first round this one. But if you add it all up, he's been pretty good, and those are things that's going to keep people, build lasting customers, and help grow your brand and help solidify that constant community, because you have a great community and you have people who support. So that's just, a jewel I can drop to help you retain and keep your community happy.
Yeah, no, I'm going to take you up on that. We're going to talk for sure. After this, that is a great idea. We have thought about it tons of times. If I'm being transparent, with you, sometimes I could be too overly passionate about this because I just put in so much about it, and I'm too much of a nice guy sometimes, That's
Me
where
too.
you get to have a team, right? And, I don't want to hurt everybody's feelings, or, I'm making relationships with people and stuff like that. So, I tend to let that stuff, and I'm not perfect, I tend to let that stuff get in the way. But I know I got to get past that in order to, elevate, my team madness and, not always be in my feelings, because I'm in my feelings a lot. I take
right.
things, personal, I'm a sensitive guy, you know what I mean? Now, you ain't going to pick on me now.
Right.
I'm not one of them.
Nah.
But, I'm passionate about this, so... we are going to talk about that. That is something that we got to bring to Myteam Madness. I think the community would go crazy. Everyone likes a good list, man.
Yeah, man.
Rankings.
Yeah, man. And I think and don't be afraid to be that passionate guy. I know sometimes my wife calms me down. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like, this is my baby, man. You see this logo, like, this is my baby, bro. Like, I fought for this. Like, the artwork you see in the background, that's all my players made this for me. That's like, so to reward them, I got them up in my stream. Like, they took their time out the day to hand make something for me. Like, but I battle Amazon for the name for Fire Sticks Gaming. I went through a lot. This is your baby. This is your company. It's your vision. It's your dream. So I understand. I wear my heart on my sleeve, bro. I didn't shed, I didn't have, deals come through for Fire Six Gaming, bro. And I didn't damn near shed a tear as well, because I understand, like, people don't know everything that goes into what you're doing. So when you actually have these big wins and stuff, it's important when people acknowledge you and acknowledge what you're doing. It's important when you finally get that recognition. It's important. It's important to hear people say great things about you that you don't even know that you're inspiring. And that's what I had to take a step back and realize, like, I'm actually inspiring people. So with that responsibility and having that responsibility, knowing that you're making an impact, you also had to take time for yourself to realize, like, man, you got to sit back and say, wow, I'm really making a difference. And that's what made me say, okay, cool, now I got to get into these schools. Now I'm, I'm working on getting, I'm going to be working with CICS Longwood. And on 95th and Troop. Exactly on 95th and Troop. I'm finna run their after school program, because I did a survey with the school and they had 93 kids say they want to have some type of gaming. So when the people reached out to me and said, you know, when the non-for-profit reached out to me and said, hey, we want you to be the guy to teach these kids and usher these kids in the gaming, I took that as like, bro, that really touched my soul to see that, you know, I get a chance to, one, it's an opportunity for me to help kids in the inner city Chicago possibly get away from violence and gang violence that we all grew up on, right? That's one. That's my main goal, is to offer them something else to do after school before their parents get home to that's gonna be positive. Two, you can make money in gaming. A lot of people don't understand the amount of money that you can make being a gamer or be even a small time gamer, but you can grow into being a huge gamer. And three, I realized that my impact on the future or the next generation is important. And I realized my responsibility is to help others. Like I had people help me, and I had, you know, my dad was a coach. So I come from this pedigree of watching, having to share my father with the rest of the world. I got to share him because he got to go to practice, or he got to go coach somewhere, or he got a game that I'm not a part of. I got to go share. So if I can't tag along or ride, I don't got my dad that day. So I understand what my wife goes through when I'm spending these countless hours, you know, working with my players and things of that nature. So you staying on that path is amazing. And I'm working on a bigger picture where, you know, the non-for-profit that I'm attached to is deals with 8 different high schools and 8 different middle schools. Now, when you think about it, right, I'm about to run my pilot program at this first high school, but when you think about it, think about how big I can make Fire Sticks Gaming, where I got this whole high school watching our streams. And then now I got 8 different high schools and 8 different middle schools watching our streams. Now I have the whole. Then one day we keep building, and now I'm doing programs throughout all of the high schools in their district, and then now we got thousands of more viewers. So now I can have, and my goal is in a year from now to have Fire Sticks Gaming streams with over 10,000 people in the stream. You know what I'm saying? Which is very obtainable. It's just about the hard work. So I'm looking at the future of what I can do for myself and do for the gamers that are a part of my company. So now, if you're a part of Fire Sticks, in a year from now, if you stay on path right now, in a year from now, I might be able to grow your audience where you don't have to worry about. So that's one thing that I bring to the table where a lot of people don't understand is like, say for instance, my graphics department and my video editors, they don't have to solicit work. You don't have to solicit. You don't have to go out there and fight for work because I constantly got work for you. So imagine you don't have to go out and keep fighting for your stream. As long as you stay consistent now, I might be able to flood you with and have the whole world watching. You know, so it's different things that I want y'all brothers to keep going and keep doing and keep building and keep working your plan, because you never know where you can take these things. Fire Six Gaming has a music deal. We're signed to a major because of previous connections that I had, and I was able to show them like, hey, I got this market and I want to take some of these gamers and help them funnel music throughout their streams that are copyright free. We're gonna create music for this project. So it's a blessing. You never know what you can build on, but you brothers have the right mindset. I'm proud of y'all. I'm here to help in any capacity that I can. I know Clutch has some technical difficulties. He had to make he'll be back. But he's here. Like, we're here to help, and we see your trajectory and we understand what you up against. And I just want to give y'all that positive vibe and let y'all know that y'all on the right track. I'm proud of y'all, and that if you continue to believe in yourself, if you continue to work your own plan, things will fall into place for you. Like, I had a 5-year plan for Fire Sticks Gaming, and we not even 3 yet. We don't turn 3 until December. So when you think about everything I've accomplished in 2.5 years, but I had a 5-year plan. How many people have a 5-year plan? So I need y'all to start thinking, being more innovative and creative, and work your plan and shoot your plan out 5 years. Shoot your plan out 3 years. Where do you want to be 3 years from now? You know what I'm saying? And those are the type of conversations that I want you two brothers to start having, so you can start really making impact and really making change for yourself. Because now when you fighting for your 5-year plan, when Shibuki got the whiteboard out, let's start thinking years in advance. Where do we see ourselves in a year? And that's all that. When I had a 5-year plan when I started, and now to see everything that I've accomplished in 2.5 years, going on 3 years, I'm excited for year 4, year 5. I'm excited for year 3. We're about to make it to year 3, so I'm excited for these things, because I know what I wanted to see happen in year 5. So doing everything I can to make sure that year 1 is in order, year 2 is in order, year 3 is in order is the real grind for me, and that's the real business aspect that I want y'all to start looking into, because you have a wonderful project, wonderful product that kids are really gonna appreciate years from now. You know what I'm saying? And you guys, I'm also gonna help you with your content and how you can grow your YouTube and how you can house your content. Because one of the things that I want y'all to do is to house your content, so that now when people look y'all up and they look up what you're doing, they can go to a one-stop shop. They can pull up your YouTube and see everything that you've been doing, so it's not diminished. You know what I'm saying? So it's not forgotten. And those are things that I can help with, projecting in the future. And that comes from sales. Me working a deal with a person now is one thing, and me closing the sale now, but me trying to figure out how I can get this customer to sign on or work the deal for a whole year. So you might make one purchase from me now, but how do I make you make a purchase every month? How do I make you make a purchase for the next 24 months straight? Those are the things that you're going to start working on dealing with me. And that's the type of mindset that I want y'all to have going forward, because you have a wonderful product, and you have a product that can last. And you're the only person who's doing that. And by you being the only person doing it, you want to be you want to perfect it. You want to make sure that you are always at the top of your game. You are always being innovative. And that comes from you building relationships and networking, like you networking with me, like you networking with Famous, networking with Ev, having people that you can network with that can help you and usher you in and show you a blueprint is very important. So that's my jewels that I wanted to drop for y'all. And that's why I wanted to do it on my platform, to be able, so now it's here for you to always be able to go back to and learn from, and me to pat y'all on the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and I appreciate it, and I'm gonna take you up on that offer for sure. And you know I am. I got your number. We're definitely gonna work on that. I agree, with everything you said, and I'm pretty sure Shibuki does too. I want to, thank you, obviously, because I haven't gotten many opportunities, to get, talked to or interviewed or really find out, what Hunt Search is about, or who Hunt Search is, and what Myteam Madness is. It's really my first opportunity, really, to project it. And
awesome. I'm
a transparent guy, man. I get, I put in a lot of work, with this stuff, and sometimes, I want to, throw it away, and, I'm glad that, this happened today and that you brought me on. I didn't know I was going to be this, stressed out today, just with everything that's going on, with all these tournaments that are going on, and, the needs and everything, I just accepted it as cool. I'm going to be off work. I'm gonna chop it up with my boy, not knowing that, you guys are going to give me, not knowing that I was going to go through all of this today, and, your kind words and, Shibuki's kind words, it choked me up, because I really do, work really hard, and stuff like that is what keeps people going, right? And this was the perfect timing to do this, especially for me personally, because, I really needed to hear it, and I appreciate you for giving us the platform. I appreciate you for letting me come on, and everything that you did for Myteam Madness, with videos, to clothing line, to ideas on marketing. Thank you, and again, thank you for having me on the platform, and maybe hopefully next time I can bring the whole team on and you guys can meet them.
I would love to, man, and that's what it's about, man. So we got to celebrate each other, you know what I'm saying, and especially when you see people doing things that you like and doing things that you think are on the right path. I'm a firm believer in giving people their roses and their flowers and celebrating people, man. So I'm excited. I was excited to have you, and that's why I reached out to you. You on episode 4. I didn't let this go. I'm bringing in the people that I feel like are most important right now. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get to know Shibuki better. Like me and him was working on something else, and you brought him in, and we was talking about real estate together. And it's just little things like that that we're gonna continue to build upon and continue to grow, man. So before I let y'all go, Shibuki, you go first. Let everybody know where they can find you at, man, and if they want to. Reach out to you. Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah. Shabuki Boy at Shabuki Boy on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
SHABOOKIE Boy on the PSN as well, man. Anybody if you're into my team, you want to get involved in our competitive tournaments, man. I love put your money where your mouth is, man. I'm a sponsor you. Get you in, and you're good people. If you're coming from a good place, man, our platform is just giving people outs, man. So Shibuki Boy across all the platforms, man. We appreciate you. This has definitely been powerful. It's good to have big brothers in this industry, people that are just as passionate and giving. That's important for us. So I really appreciate you. Hunt and I needed this, but yeah, at Shibuki Boy everywhere, man. Thank you guys so much.
No doubt.
Yeah, you guys can find me on 2K Hunt Search if you want to contact me. I'm not one of those guys that doesn't answer DMs. I respond to everybody. Nor is the 2K Hunt Search DMs blown up, so don't think that either. I'm never too busy for anybody, so that's my personal page in Myteam Madness. If you guys are interested in any Myteam events or you just want to check it out and support it, follow us at Myteam Madness or at Myteam Rising. Or you can go to our tournaments, or you can see what we're all about and see how we're set up on our website. We got the infrastructure, for Myteam. We're the only Myteam league that has it right now other than Players Lounge. But you can sign up on our site. You can kind of see past winners and stuff like that. That's where you guys can find me at. I did want to shout out Jack once again, my graphic designer. I want to shout out Firesticks Game, and obviously thank you for the opportunity. Chris, my commissioner.
Chris, yep. Mm-hmm.
Red. And Chris is well known in the community. He does a lot of commission work for people. But Chris, Red, 2K Fitness, and Shibuki, without them, none of this is possible. Obviously, my girl, she helps out a lot. Her name is May. She helps me out so much, man. So awesome. Shout out to those people. If I'm forgetting anybody, I apologize. My little group chat that I have with Joe Vegas and Cheese and my little friends, I told you guys I'll shout you out. So shout out to them. Those boys keep me going. You need people like them because they support everything you do. Mm-hmm. And yeah, shout out to those guys, man. I love you guys. You know where to find me, man. Thank you for this opportunity.
No doubt. Don't go nowhere. So, hey, y'all already know, man. I'm excited. We just wrapping up another show. But I want to let y'all know that these are some really good brothers, man. 2K Hunt Search, Shibuki, man. Myteam Madness, Myteam Rising. They really built a great product for you guys. If you're an up-and-coming Myteam player, if you just play Myteam for fun, look these brothers up. Make sure you following them on Twitter, 2K Hunt, at 2K Hunt Search, at Shibuki Boy. Make sure you following Myteam Madness Rising. Myteam Madness. Make sure you following Myteam Rising, man. This is a wonderful platform for a great game mode. These brothers are working hard behind the scenes. They have limited help, and they are doing everything they can. As you can see Hunt's passion for his craft and his brand, and I'm happy to help bring that brand to the next level, and I'm always happy to help these guys. These are the type of influencers that I want to make sure that you meet on my platform and that you make sure that you know about. So for once again, make sure you're checking these brothers out. I can't wait to enjoy some of these streams. They having a wonderful tournament right now going on right now. Round 1 started right now this weekend. Myteam Madness tournament. Go to the Twitter right now. Click on some stream links. Enjoy the show because you're gonna watch some of the best gamers in the world battle out for a piece of some change, man. And it's a wonderful thing to have this and have these brothers in the community because, like I said, no one else is doing it, and they're doing it extremely well. And this is something that I wanted to make sure that we celebrated and make sure that we highlighted going into this first tournament, going into this new game, and going into their first cycle, going into this tournament before the prep. I wanted to make sure I got them on and make sure that they were celebrated for all of the hard work that they putting in because it's about to be a long year for them. They don't have a off season or on season after the big 250K tournament. They're still running Myteam Madness tournaments for the community. They're always locked in, and that's something that needs to be celebrated, man. So once again, we're going to close out episode 4 of the Dot and Clutch Show with the wonderful team over at Myteam Madness. We salute them, we support them, and be on the lookout, man. I think I'm going to sponsor a couple of teams for the prep, man, a couple of people for the prep, man. So I'm going to go ahead and put that out there early that I'm going to make sure that I got a couple people. So I will be in streams this weekend looking for my people that I want to sponsor. I'm going to be reaching out to Shibuki and Hunt to see what up and coming players just need that little push or that little hump from Fire Sticks Gaming to get over the top, man. So that's something that I'm committed to do as well because I truly support these brothers in their mission, and I want y'all to do the same, man. So from me and Dot, man, me and Clutch, we gonna wrap this one up, man. It's been a wonderful show, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in, man. This is the Dot and Clutch Show signing out, man. Y'all have a wonderful day.